Hey, what's going on? Tripp Kramer here from TrippAdvice.com. Next to me, my new buddy, Adam Lyons. You might know him, you might not. Something interesting about this man, he has 2 girlfriends. Not only 2, well, 2 wives actually.
Yeah, it's
so not girlfriends anymore.
Not really wives, but we all live in the same house. We have 4
Okay.
kids. But yeah, officially you can't be wives because that would be illegal.
Okay, got
But
it.
yeah, but two girlfriends that we live together and yeah, and have a wonderful family.
Nice. So as we can see here, the guy knows what he's talking about, knows what's going on, and I have him here today to talk about the best text messages to send to a girl. And here's what's really cool. I've never heard this before. This is a really cool new system, and it's a lot different from anything you've ever heard, and you're going to know exactly what to do step by step once this video is over. And stick around to the end because we have something for you that you're really going to like.
Cool. Yeah. So when I do text messaging, I do it a little bit different to most people. I've been teaching dating since 2006. I've been doing this for a while, and I've got it down to a point where I just send people a video of a goat.
A video of a goat.
A video of a goat. Yeah, and I think they should be able to show it right here. This is the goat video.
All right, check this out.
Oh, that's so wimpy. Come on, give it all you got. Go!
All right, but you're not just going to send the girl a video of a goat. Like, how does this all go down? Like, what's the beginning here?
Right, and the cool thing, it doesn't have to be that goat video. It can be a GIF, it can be anything. But the key is, I arrange all my dates in person when I meet the girl. I don't do it via text, which means for me, a text message is not actually that important. I'm not trying to arrange a date or be like, hey, let's go for coffee. I don't do anything like that because you have a much better chance of convincing someone to do something in person. If I verbally invite somebody to come to coffee and they confirm, this is actually from Cialdini's book, Influence, somebody's more likely to do something if they say they'll do it in person because you get consistency. So I'll set up a date in person. It'll be like, hey, we're going to go to a sushi dinner. We're going to go on Friday. We're going to go at this time. All spoken about in person where I'm being confident enough to have this discussion. Then getting the phone number is something that I ask for just in case I'm running late or I have to change something. So getting the text message then, it enables me to actually create a second communication thread. So what happens is in person, we've arranged the date, but now we have ideally just sending silly memes backwards and forwards. And if I can get to a point where she'll trade me dumb videos and silly stuff, she's communicating with me the same way she communicates with her ex-boyfriend, with all of the other guys that she's ever dated, with her best friends, because that's what most people do. You think about it when you send text messages, it's either we're arranging logistics or we're sending funny messages.
What I like about this the most, and you already mentioned this, is that setting up the date in person, very confident. Very confident, right? No one's doing that. It's very rare. Guys just want to kind of go in, grab the number, and then just leave, and then like breathe, like, okay, I got the number, like we're all good. But you're saying take that extra step, set up the date right there and then. I think a lot of guys are not going to want to do that because they're afraid of getting rejected. Just go for it. If she likes you, she'll set up the date. If she doesn't like you and you got her number, the date would have never happened anyway, right? So just go for it. And also, yes, you don't have to use the goat meme. I think anything that's cute, funny, something that's going to get someone to respond, right?
Right, and that's the key. I want to send them something non-threatening so I know I get a response. A lot of the mistakes that guys do is they'll get the phone number, and girls will give you a number just to get rid of you. So if they agree to a date in person, they're much less likely to flake on that text message. But you also don't want to get people in a habit of ignoring. This is a common thing that girls do where, she's at work, you send her a text message, and she's like, oh, I shouldn't be on my phone at work. So she doesn't respond. And then 4 hours later, she's still at work. You send another message, hey, is everything okay? She's still at work and doesn't respond. She goes home, she's now got a thread of 2 or 3 maybe text messages from you that she didn't respond to. And now she's like, oh, I shouldn't respond. I obviously didn't want to, so maybe fate says I shouldn't.
Right.
And you're done. Like, whereas if you send a goat video or another funny meme or a GIF or something that's cute and funny, and then you just ignore her. That's it. You're like, it's done. I've already got my date set up on Friday. It doesn't matter that on Wednesday she hasn't responded. I know where we're going. I know what we're doing, and I can text her on the day just to confirm. I have a whole system actually to make sure someone doesn't flake, but I do it on the day, not during the week. But then when she comes home after that day of work where she wasn't checking her message, the only message from you is a very funny goat video, and then she's like, bah, oh my gosh, that was so funny. How are you? And done.
So then what do you do after that, right? So let's say you've already set up the date. And, well, actually, let's say this. You meet her, you set up the date verbally, and then you have her number, and you set up the date, let's say, 5 days from now. Okay, so when do you send that goat meme, or when do you send that funny text message? And then what do you do after that?
Oh, I love it. Okay, so I send the GOAT message actually the minute I get her phone number in person. But I say to her, don't look at it. All right, that's not for you to look at right now. So now there's curiosity in her phone and an open loop for us to deal with later. So she's like, okay, I won't. I know that at some point she'll pick up her phone, go through all the messages, she'll see the GOAT and she'll laugh, and I'll get that spike as she remembers everything that we did. Also, when it comes to text messages, actually, I don't care about time. A lot of guys are like, wait a day, wait, you don't seem keen. She's already got the message in her phone, and I now forget that she even exists. I know the date, and I'm done. What happens is I work on frequency, 1 for 1. I don't care when, I don't care how, but I text them back at the same rate they text me. So if she spends 3 days before she responds to the GOAT video, I don't care, I don't worry about it. But the minute I get a response, I can send her a message. I can send it straight away. I can send it 2 days later. It's up to me. I don't like playing games, so I always send a message when I receive it and I look at my phone. And I have a system, I actually only look at my phone when I'm in the restroom. That's my secret tip. So if I'm texting you, I'm in the restroom. But what that does is it keeps me on a set schedule with hours of gap. So sometimes it will take 2 or 3 hours before I respond to somebody. But by keeping the ratio of 1 to 1, if a girl wants to text you a lot, you're responding at her pace. If she doesn't want to text you a lot, you're responding at her pace. So either way, there's never a problem. I remember this one girl, when I came to America, there was a girl that I'd hooked up with, and then I sent her a text message and she didn't respond. And so I was like, whatever. I went to America, came here, lived here. 6 months into living to America, I get a text message from her, hey, what are you doing this weekend? So she didn't know that I'd left and responded to my message 6 months later. So I just respond, just break up with the boyfriend? And she went, yep. So trust the girls' ratio. They know what they're doing. 1 to 1 is best.
Very practical, very easy to use. Try this out. In fact, I want you to try this out as soon as possible and then leave a comment down below and let us know how it works. And also, if you want great practical tips just like this, I want you to check out this blueprint that we co-created, and it is blueprint to get girls to chase you instead of you having to chase them. You're going to learn all about how to do that. Just go to the description down below, click on that link, and you'll get it for free. Thanks, Adam.
Thank you.